Thanks to Ben McGinnis for playing us in every week. How's it going, everybody? It's Thursday, and that means one thing. Well, it depends on what Thursday it is, but it's this Thursday. And happy Turkey Football Day to our friends to the south of us. Hope you're all enjoying the game. I lost money on the Lions.
Did you bet on the Lions to win?
How'd you lose to the Packers?
Oh, my God. I don't think the Lions have ever won on this Thanksgiving ever, have they?
You know what? Funny thing too. I just watched Bye Bye Barry last night.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I'm a long-time Cincinnati Bengals fan, but my all-time favorite player was Barry Sanders. I mean, you could not want to tune in and watch Barry Sanders on Sunday afternoon or Thursday on Thanksgiving.
Nice. Where'd you catch Bye Bye Barry?
It was on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Yeah, Amazon Prime original.
That's awesome.
Horror movies. That's what we're here to talk about. And I know there's going to be some people that say, no, we hate remakes. I get it. I totally get it, And me and Steve were just saying before the show, a classic is not ruined by remaking a movie. That just might be a piece of shit. And the classic is still a classic. Yeah. So my argument for remaking some movies is some movies, it was, filmmaking wasn't great, or the budget wasn't there, or special effects are better now, So I think there's some movies that have real potential with, the technology we have now that I'd really like to see.
I totally agree because, like we were talking about, some of the movies in the 50s, were bad. Yeah. And then look at The Thing, it turned out to be one of the best sci-fi movies made, horror sci-fi.
Before we get started, though, I want to take time to thank our guest from last week. Of course, Tyler Main was on the show, and he was on here to promote his graphic novel, The Last Spartan, Red Tape. The Kickstarter is over now, but definitely stay tuned for news coming up about that. You can go to Main Entertainment and keep up with everything they're doing over there. That was a fun show.
Yeah, it was. And it's for a great cause, too.
Yeah. Tyler's just a great guy. Good old Canadian boy.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of remakes this year and sequels this year and prequels this year. The Children of the Corn movie, me and you both watched that earlier this year. We both enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really fresh take on it.
Yeah, well, probably, I don't think any of the sequels were good.
No.
This was definitely
nice, modern, and they even put like a modern spin on it, right? With all the chemicals and everything.
Yes. I've seen Exorcist and Pet Sematary Bloodlines. You have not yet.
I've seen Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I have not seen Exorcist. I did see it.
And what did you think of Pet Sematary?
You know what? I went into it with really high expectations, I think, and I was let down.
I get what they were going for and not giving away too much about the storyline. It takes place post-Vietnam.
Yeah.
So that gives you a little idea to maybe what the kind of tone they were going for there. And I do understand what they were trying to go for there. For me, it just, it fell flat.
I think I went into it hoping, because I knew nothing about the whole story or anything. I went into it blind. Right. And I was hoping it was going to be at that World War II story they were talking about in the first Pet Sematary, where the young son came home, he was dead, so the father buried him, he came back, and I thought it was going to be something to do with that. And I'm like, oh shit, that could be cool.
No, but there's a prequel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's too bad. But regardless, we got our list, and of course, we've got some horror news later on in the show to keep everybody up to date what's going on in the world of horror. Michael, you just watched the new Exorcist. I actually enjoyed it. Same. I did not, I'm not one to usually read reviews, but you couldn't avoid it. This was such a high expectation movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the reviews that came in early weren't great.
No.
But I agree. It had a lot to live up to, big shoes to fill. And I definitely quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
I got to watch this.
Yeah. Stick around for the news afterwards. And we're going to get into our list here. This is one, how the hell have we not had this movie remade yet? I know, they've tried to reboot the Universal Monster franchise a few times here, but
I know, right?
The Black Lagoon movie.
Exactly. I think that's why Guillermo del Toro made what was that one? Something in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
so,
we do.
it's him.
Yeah, I would like to see his take on it for sure. He's doing Frankenstein right now, so
Oh,
maybe.
wait.
Maybe. 1954, of course, was the original. This one has had a remake. I think there was another movie that was just called Body Snatchers, no association though in the 80s or 90s, but
Really?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Of course, the original was 1956
Wow.
and starred Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy. Now, you might not recognize the name, but when I was digging into this, he was in Piranha 78.
Really?
He was in Ghoulies.
No way.
He was in Howling,
What?
and he was in a little movie called UHF.
No way. Oh my God, I used to love that movie.
Right?
Oh my God,
if you haven't seen
man.
UHF, you need to find it after the show.
Oh,
sure.
that is such a good movie.
But the remake, fantastic cast: Donald Pleasance, Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's where Sutherland does that famous point with his mouth open, like, oh, like that one that everybody memes all the time.
right. Yeah, for sure. I loved Edgar Allan Poe growing up. I don't know about you. I don't know how much.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was the original. Those were the original horror movies.
Yeah.
Was
Poe,
reading that
Lovecraft.
dark, Yeah.
Yes.
There was a movie in 1961 starring Vincent Price. I mean, who else are you going to get for that? And then there was a remake in 1991 starring Lance Henriksen, which I've definitely seen. I don't know if I saw the original.
What? Oh my God! Really? Lance Henriksen remade that?
Yeah, 1991.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, I rented that one from Bonanza Video at the Lincoln Plaza.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
Oh my God! Because I love Poe, and I love like all those old stories, and I love Lance Henriksen. I can't believe I did not see that.
This is one you and I talked about before the show, how there hasn't been another one of these given the advancements in CGI. We don't want it to be a CGI fest, but it's definitely gotten better. And the 88 remake was actually, I watched it not that long ago. It still holds up.
I like it. Like that telephone booth scene. Holy crap.
Right? Yeah. The original was 1958 starring Steve McQueen.
Oh, yeah.
1988 version was Kevin Dillon and from Saw fame, Shawnee Smith.
That's right. She was a tough survivor girl.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget Dillon's like extravagant curly mullet.
My mom told me a story. I remember about going to see The Blob in 1958 in the theaters, and she said when that theater scene came up.
Oh, when it came out,
everybody in the place was like, I mean, how could you not?
And back then they weren't desensitized like us, right? Like they would have been like, "Oh shit!" Like that's awesome.
This next one, oh, we got another comment here. Yeah, The Blob.
Oh, that's right. Mosley was one of the tech guys.
That's right. That is
a very young
Good
Bill.
Pull. Good pull, man. This next one was one I remember watching. You remember when you were too young to stay up past 9, 10, 11 o'clock? And if you happen to make it to like midnight or you woke up and the TV was still on, me anyways, where I am, I used to go on to UHF and get WUTV Buffalo. And late at night at like 1 in the morning, 12 at night, they would show these old classic 1950s horror movies, I guess monster movies. And they were usually always so horrible. But this is one that always stuck with me. And I mean, I guess we kind of got a remake, but it wasn't a horror movie. It was more of an action movie when we got Spaceship Troopers. But do you remember the movie Them?
Yes, with the giant ants.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's one we need to get remade for sure.
That would be awesome. But they have to use practical effects, like mostly
Yes.
practical, like build those
Yeah.
big ants.
Yeah, and I guess you know what? Another one I just thought of too. There was Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yes, with Arquette.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was more schlocky, that one, eh?
yeah, it was for sure. This next one, it would definitely be tough to remake. It would have to be the script would have to be bulletproof, and it would have to be kind of I guess a complete new take. Maybe not a complete new take, but you would have to distract the audience for sure to be able to pull this one off a second time. Because if you've seen Soylent Green,
oh yes,
and you know how it ends.
It's people.
It's people. Charlton Heston, 1973's Soylent Green. What a great movie.
Wow. Like for that time, could you imagine how it blew people's minds at the end there?
Right?
Whoa.
Yeah. People talk about people throwing up in the aisles during Terrifier 2. I bet you that then was enough to make people want to throw up in the aisle.
For sure. That would have shocked people to their core.
Yeah, for sure. This is another one. I absolutely loved Vincent Price growing up. He's one of those guys that I think really just drew me into the horror genre, especially growing up watching Hilarious House of Frightenstein.
Yes.
But this movie, I think, definitely has been far too long and needs a remake. 1973's Theater of Blood.
Of Blood. Oh, yes. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Man. And you're right. Price, everything he touched was just gold.
Yeah, for sure. There's actually I got a few Price movies, and it wasn't by design. It just the guy's been in so many great movies.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. This next one, I mean, again, I guess there's an argument to be made that there's been similar movies made based on this kind of idea. But, John Carpenter's The Fog.
Oh, man.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Andrea Barbeau, who was, of course, in Swamp Thing, Escape from New York, Cannonball Run. I mean, she was in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was The Mist. I mean, but again, kind of a different story.
Yes.
Yeah. Plus, I think there was a really bad Fog remake in like the early 2000s, maybe.
I think there was, and I think it went straight to like video or something like that. Like it was really bad.
We were both shocked when I found out, and I remember telling you about it, that the most recent Phantasm movie was 2016's Phantasm. I'm forgetting the subtitle now, but and Angus Scrimm, it was his last on-screen appearance as the Tall Man. Yeah, so I think it was the fourth or fifth, maybe. Yeah, the Fog. Okay, so there was a Fog remake, and it was terrible. So maybe that's why I'm forgetting it. But I saw the stars of how terrible it was. Phantasm was so great. I don't really remember watching the sequels too much, but that first one always really stuck with me.
Same. I remember 2 as well. Like I like 2. I did not know they made one in 2016, like a fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
But who do you get to play the Tall Man? Like, who do you get to pull off that, that look, that ominous?
I don't know who you could get. He had a presence about him, eh? Like, man, just him coming in.
It almost have to be an unknown, I think.
Yeah. There'd be too many expectations if you book someone for that.
This one, it's not on my sequels list because we did get a sequel, and whether you loved it or you hated it, it had its moments. But the original Gremlins, I think we're due for another one.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
Yeah,
and
make it darker.
Yeah,
because this one was dark.
Oh my God! Remember when she was explaining her dad getting stuck in the chimney dressed as Santa?
I hadn't watched this in a very long time. I think I watched it last Christmas, and I was like the kitchen scene with the mom, and like there's a lot of dark the old lady in the chair.
That's right. Like no wonder the Xers were so messed up. Eh? Like we grew up, and those were our kids' movies.
Right. So I was visiting my aunt in Kitchener, and she took me to see Gremlins.
Oh my
What's the
God.
movies? Oh, what do you want to see? I'm like, oh, Gremlins. She was so mad when that movie was over. It scared the crap out of her. I can't believe you dragged me to this piece of shit.
You're perfectly fine, eh? But
I
she's
love
like,
your Aunt Judy. Yeah, and wasn't there a TV show that was in development or something not that long ago as well? I remember hearing
really?
something. It was called Mogwai, I believe, was the
Oh
working
shit.
title.
I did hear something about that, but I don't know if it got tanked or not.
Yeah. Again, this is one you could remake it 1,000 times over. This one is still going to be a fucking classic. So I would like to see someone take a shot at it, and that's coming from a diehard Cronenberg fan who,
Oh, I know this one.
I bow down to everything that guy has ever done, pretty much. But Scanners, let's do
Nice.
it, man. Let's do another Scanners.
That would be amazing.
Michael Ironside, of course,
Yeah.
in the first one. He was so great. Eh? He was in so many great 80s movies.
And he would always played the same, like, kick-ass, gritty, like,
Yeah.
wow.
Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right. He popped up in Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. That scene always sticks with me where the reporter's interviewing him and he blows up the guy's head in Scanners. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So many remakes do suck. You're right. And
they definitely do.
And if you're just joining us, we were saying how, you could remake a movie 1,000 times, but they could all suck. The original's still going to be a classic. So,
yeah.
Nowhere to move but up. Nowhere to move but up. This next one, I don't care. I put it on the list, man. I love this movie. It holds such a special place in my heart from my childhood and growing up watching all those crazy 80s horror movies. And we would have to forgive them for the second one because it was definitely horrible. But the first one,
oh, Judd. Oh my God.
starring a very little known actor named Daniel Stern.
Oh shit. Wow, one of the Wet Bandits.
Last House on the Left. Are you saying you liked the remake of that one or didn't like the remake on that one?
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. This is another one. If people could throw stuff at the screen and it would hit me, this is one that would probably get some stuff thrown at me because it was a different time, man. You can't judge. It was the 80s. There were so many crazy movies coming out. And this one, I'm sorry, I want a remake.
Oh my God. That's the one with the robot, right?
The robots in the mall going on a killing spree.
Exactly, with the little red laser beam here going at you. Yes.
Not a huge role in it, but talking about Phantasm, Mr. Angus Scrim can be seen in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This next one, this is probably one I haven't gone back and rewatched, so I might do that later and be like, oh fuck, why did I put this one on the list? But from what I remember, I seem to really remember liking this movie.
Oh, The Gate. Oh my God. I used to like that as a kid.
Right? See, Chopping Mall. All right, we're starting the petition. Yeah, The Gate was a classic, man. A very young Steven Dorff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We're taking a trip in the Wayback Machine, people.
Nice.
1986 again. This is one, it didn't rely on a crazy story or a killer that couldn't be killed or crazy special effects. And the special effects were actually pretty good in this movie, albeit not over the top. But 1986 is April Fool's Day.
That was a cool premise. That story.
Deborah Goodrich, of course, playing the good and bad twin spoiler. and Amy Steele from The Final Girl from Friday the 13th Part 2.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what traumatized me as a kid with that one was the guy who fell in the water and got the boat prop to the face.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be the boat. Yeah, that scene for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that was close to the beginning of the movie too. Remember that?
It was. Yeah, they were going to the island. Yeah. I know this one's been acquired by Amazon Prime and their takeover of MGM and everything else Amazon Prime has bought. And we've got a video game coming out very shortly that I am so excited to play. But come on, man. Like, what are you waiting for?
Oh, my God.
Give us a Killer Clowns Motor Space movie.
Man, what they could do now with that.
Right?
Oh, my God. Yes.
I almost want the same clowns.
Yes. Get the same clowns, but just update the tech, right?
Yeah. Yeah. A very young Christopher Titus was in this.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember the show Titus?
Yes.
The sitcom you had there?
Yep.
Yeah. And Canadian, known for playing Dean Wormer from Animal House, John Vernon.
He was the cop that was made into the puppet, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That guy has looked the same for like 30 years.
For sure. You got good taste in movies, Mike.
When is this video game coming out?
I'm not sure. We talked about it in the past, and I don't know if there was an actual release date. I think there was a release window, and I know it's soon.
Oh man, I can't wait.
This next one, again, regardless how you feel about this movie, I think it was very of the times for sure. And
oh my God,
I'm lost words. I'm lost words.
Wow, I just had this on the other night on Tubi.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez, Yeardley Smith, and I was shocked to see. And then I went and I checked out the scene to make sure because I was like, no, there's no way he was in this, and I didn't know that like now. But Giancarlo Esposito.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I just had that on the other night while I was drawn. I did not know that.
He gets electrocuted, I think.
Oh, my God. Okay, I have to put that back on.
Yeah. This one, I know they are in talks to make a remake. Of course, the classic 1980s movie from John Carpenter, They Live. Of course, Rowdy Roddy Piper no longer with us, but in his place, they will have. I'm just kidding. I wish.
The Metal Mennonite.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool.
There should be a law not to remake John Carpenter movies.
Yeah.
I just love Carpenter movies so much.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like they were talking about remaking Big Trouble in Little China for a while, and then that got ditched, and I was like, thank God.
Yeah. Lance Hendrickson, again, one of those guys just synonymous with the genre. You know, he pops up on our list anytime we do any kind of list, really. Hey, see, he'd watch it. There we go. Metal Mennonite. Just put the fucking glasses on already. I love this movie, and I know there was a couple of them, but the first one really creeped me the fuck out, and probably one of the only movies I can honestly say like scared me and stuck with me for a while.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
That first one was dark.
Yeah, 1988, the original. Yeah, it's a messed up story.
It is.
And there's a poem. There's a poem you can find.
Really?
And I'm pretty sure you hear the kids reciting it in it. It's almost like 1, 2, Freddy's come. You know, it's like that kind of. I think pretty sure there's a scene in the movie where you do hear the kids in the background telling the story of Pumpkinhead.
No way.
There is an old timey poem, that it was based on. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
See, that's when they made movies when you could feel bad for the character, because when that kid died, oh my God, you felt so bad for him, eh?
Yeah, I never wanted to be out in the rain, in the dark, in the wind after that movie.
No.
Pretty much outside of my room. with my feet up off the floor. Fuck, that movie scared me, man.
I know. It was creepy.
This one, again, I agree. It's a classic. I mean, there's some, like you said, there's some movies you just don't touch. But I think they could do something really cool with 1990s Nightbreed.
Ooh, yes.
Of course, Clive Barker directing. We had David Cronenberg in this movie acting. Doug Bradley, of course, and Craig Sheffer. And when I was looking at the cover of this, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, Craig Sheffer. I'm like, what else do I know him from? Why am I not cluing into what else I've seen him in? And I know he's been in a lot of stuff, but I was thinking of he was the quarterback in The Program.
That's right. He was in The Program
with Andrew Bernowski.
That's right. Wow. It was probably scarier working with him than it was with all those monsters.
Right? For legal reasons, we have to say Andrew Bernowski because
you'd have to get a pretty dark director to do that one. And I think it would be better as a series, that one, because it's a long story.
You know what? You're exactly right.
Yeah, you could really delve into it with Dr. Decker.
Critters. Yeah, I'd go in on a Critters remake.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
With those two bounty hunters.
What was there? Wasn't there just a TV show on Shudder?
Really?
Was that Critters or was it?
Oh shit! I don't know.
There is a series on Shudder. I gotta look it up now, and it was from one of those old kind of those type of movies, and it wasn't Ghoulies.
Oh my god! Really?
I always mix those two in together, even though they're movies.
There were so many little creatures around that time.
Yeah, remember Puppet Masters?
Oh my god, yes. Some of those puppets freaked me out, man.
Yeah. Critters, a new binge, 2019. Lasted one season.
God. Yeesh. So it was really good.
I do remember watching a couple episodes on Shudder, I believe, and it was You know what? The production wasn't there. The money wasn't there. That's
wow. That's brutal.
And
me too.
And we can forgive those kind of things in the 80s, but now this is what we're saying. We have the money, we have the tech now. Those kind of things are unforgivable. You have to make it, and you have to make it cool now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not look back at it and go, oh man, that was so bad, but I love it.
You know who could do the new Nightbreed? James Wan.
Right.
He could make that really dark, really creepy, a lot of gore.
Take a crack at that.
Yeah.
Just guys that come up on this list all the time, is Wes Craven and John Carpenter. And Wes Craven, again, this is not one I've seen in a long time, but I remember loving this movie.
Shocker. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, 1989. He was on death row and he went to the chair and he didn't die, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he showed up on X-Files as the lead guy. He was Mulder and Scully's boss, and he was a real dickhead all the time.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool. This is one that this movie is, again, it's untouchable, but I think there's another story here. I think there's a remake here somewhere, and I want to see it, man. 1988, Bill Pullman, Serpent in the Rainbow.
This one kind of shocked me to my core.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah. This one really disturbed me.
And not in a movie I should have been watching in 1988.
No.
No.
Oh man.
What do you got here? Shocker's batshit crazy in the best way. Right.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Skinner.
Moving on here. These are a couple of, man, I remember I watched the shit out of this movie. And a lot of people, I bring it up and they're like, no, I never heard of it, man. 1987, didn't have a huge cast, but they did have one particular cast member that went on to be pretty famous. 1987's The Hidden.
Oh, shit. I don't know that one, man.
Starring Kyle MacLachlan from Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Wow. I do not know that one.
Basically the premise is It's and it's something that's kind of been done a different way, few different ways. But in this one, it's basically like an alien parasite that goes in through your mouth, takes over your body, uses you until you're fucked up, and then moves on to the next one.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's horror, but it's kind of, I guess, action. It had that 80s action feel as well, kind of.
Nice.
But yeah,
every 80s movie had to have like a crazy shootout in it. So
yeah, no, that's a classic, man. That's one I hold up high on the list for sure.
Oh my god, I gotta find that, The Hidden. Okay.
This one as well. I any chance I get a chance to talk about this movie on this show, I do it because I love it. Cemetery Man, use a remake. I'm not familiar with that one.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah, can you give us a year or a cast member maybe? Yeah. Treat Williams as Roger Mortis and Joe Piscopo.
Oh my god, Dead Heat.
Also, Vincent Price's last on-screen appearance.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah.
That was such a cool movie.
It was such a fun movie.
Piscopo was jacked in that, eh?
Right.
He went from like scrawny comedian to like juiced up action star.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah, great movie. This one we've talked about this on the show before. You could argue this one either way. I know I've said Aliens isn't a horror movie. I considered it thriller, sci-fi. You could say the same about this, but I only put it on this list because we're talking about movies I want to see remade or redone or sequels. And this next one is definitely one of them. 1990 Night of the Living Dead. Yeah. And it was almost like cut for cut. Like they stayed completely true to the story except for the ending.
Yeah.
They switched up the ending there, which was cool. I liked it. Fantastic movie. Yeah. Horror movie, maybe. Remake, please.
Oh man, yes.
And
I'd like to see a prequel and a remake and a next one. Like, I love this movie.
Yeah, Sam Neill, Lawrence Fishburne. It was a bomb, but became a cult classic afterwards. Had a $60 million budget in 1997. Only made $42 million.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That is up there with some of my favorite movies.
Silent Rage, a darker remake or sequel. Killer is Alive. No, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't think I know that one.
Cemetery Man, 1993, starring Rupert Everett. Okay, Rupert Everett. That's ringing a bell. I know that name. Love the Red Horizon. Yeah, classic. Yeah.
It blew my mind, that movie. It's kind of like a sci-fi Hellraiser.
I don't know how, they just didn't put shit aside and creative differences, the legal shit. You guys missed the opportunity last year, 2 years ago, whenever it was. 13 years should have been when we got our next Friday the 13th remake. It's been far too long, man. 2009, probably the greatest Friday the 13th movie ever made. It was so good. I tried not to drool too much over Marcus when I hosted his panel at Comic-Con, but such a good movie, man. But come on, we need another Friday movie, man.
Yeah, totally agree. But we need a guy like Marcus to do it again if they're going to do it. Like, that guy, oh my God, how he makes movies is unbelievable.
It was fantastic. And I'm never going to stop saying it. I'll sign the petition. I know it's not something they'll ever do, but we need a remake of Halloween Part 3. Corey Cunningham story.
Oh my God.
I won't argue with anyone till I am blue in the face. That is a huge steaming pile of crap.
So bad.
And had potential to be its own side story or spin-off.
Yes. Which could have been cool until he started beating up Michael Myers.
The fact that it was a third of a trilogy that was so fucking good to that point.
Yeah.
Not a way to end it, man.
Man. I left the theater. That was a look I had leaving the theater.
Right? Right. Even Vernon doesn't like it. And he loves everything, including this show. Yeah. It was
so bad.
And Mike is a huge Halloween fan. I know that. But yeah, that's those are my movies I want to see remakes to. Moving on to my sequels list. These are movies that were classics and probably deserved a sequel. This one we did get a remake of, but the remake, at least, I thought deserved a sequel.
Oh, yes. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, good movie, man. Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, the original. I didn't know the original. The 1973 version was George Romero directing.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
I had no idea.
Neither did I. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
This movie does stand alone, and I would support either side saying, no, we can never make a remake of this movie, or no, it shouldn't have got a sequel because it ended the way it ended, and it was just just leave it there. Yeah. The Crazies was a good one, and a sequel would be cool. Or would be good.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, this movie, man, it was $34 million the budget on this movie, and for a horror movie in 1995 to make $357 million, how do you not make a sequel?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know how they would.
Yeah, I agree.
How could they do that?
Yeah, maybe a prequel.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a prequel of the Kevin Spacey lead up.
Yeah. See what ruined him.
But not Kevin Spacey, because he's all touchy. At least from here. I have no proof personally. But yeah, it's such a good movie. I could see the argument either way on that one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
D. Snyder has teased us with a sequel to this movie for years. And I'm sorry, D, but I know you're not up to that much right now, man. Come on. Like Twisted Sister, you've said Twisted Sister's done ever since we lost the drummer. Totally respect that. He still has tours under D. Snyder. But what are you waiting for, man? Give us the Strangeland sequel.
Is he really teasing a second?
He's been teasing a second for over a decade, I think. Maybe longer.
Really?
1988. That's not right. 1998?
Yes, I think it was around there.
98. D. Snyder, Robert Englund, and a very young Linda Cardellini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he was a creepy character, eh?
Oh, yeah. Moving along here, we got a few left movies I would like to see a sequel to. We had Nathan on the show last year in 2006, Behind the Masks. Like,
yes,
it just ended. The way it ended was so.
I know, right?
We need more.
Yes, we do. And you know what? I would so be like backing Behind the Mask Part 2. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I have some friends that hate me because I sold them on this movie, and they don't normally watch movies like this. And some of them were even like, it was a perfectly good movie until.
Oh my God.
I love Tusk.
You referred this movie to someone?
Lots of people. And there's still one particular friend that I've never heard the end of it.
That's just one of those movies. It's like Human Centipede. You do not refer that to people.
You don't even tell people you watched it.
Exactly.
I loved it. I love Kevin Smith. I don't like all his stuff. I'm not, I'm not one of those guys. I don't, go gaga over everything he's done, but I like most of his stuff, and this is definitely one of them. We got to complete the Great White North trilogy. Give us Moose Jaws. What are you waiting for? We need Moose Jaws.
I really hope we get that.
It's Jaws with a moose in the Canadian wilderness.
Tusk was brutal, eh? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Ooh, yeah.
All right,
I like that
comment when we re-air this, Kurt, and then we'll talk. We'll talk after.
I'm going to start penning that this evening.
Yeah. And come on,
Look.
man. Why did he stay? Why did he stay as the walrus at the end?
Oh,
Why?
man,
Why?
that was
And then,
rough, eh?
like, you got no legs. I get that. You're gonna be, pretty messed up. But I wouldn't want to stay as the walrus.
No. Oh man, whenever you see him in a film too, you know it's going to be harsh.
I'd rather be the Eggman than the walrus.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
This is one that we could still do this. I mean, I know we don't have Ozzie Davis with us any longer, but 2002's Bubba Hotep, we can still do this with Bruce.
Nice. Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely want a sequel.
Yeah,
for sure. This movie, totally left things open for a sequel, and still to this day, one of the creepiest movies I've seen in a long time.
Oh my God, yes.
Emile Hirsch, Brian Cox.
This is one of those movies when I finished it, I was like, how didn't I think of this? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you recommended this movie to me.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it is creepy as hell, eh?
It really is.
And it's all in one location. Like, it's the perfect shoot. Like, unbelievable.
Are you talking about Jane Doe?
Yeah.
What did I say to this movie? I said, tell Steve I hate him, but great movie. But great movie.
You also recommended to me this next one, which I watched, I think, last year for a list that we were doing, because I want to know more about the movie. And just an amazing cast. I mean, you got Kurt Russell, you got Patrick Wilson, Matthew Fox, David Arquette, Sid Haig, and if that wasn't enough, I'm sorry, but how Richard Jenkins doesn't have a fucking Oscar yet, I have no idea.
I know.
Bone Tomahawk was such a crazy movie.
Man, that ending.
Yeah, again, one of those movies, if I recommend it to that same group of friends, one, they're going to be like, fuck you. I don't take that from you anymore. But two, it's a perfectly almost normal Western until the end. And then you're like,
that stuck with me, that ending. Woo.
Yeah.
You got to be careful here for that one too.
Yeah. Definitely the next one. People outside the horror world, you don't tell people that you watch this next one. And if you do tell people you watch this next one, you don't definitely tell them you liked it.
Freaks. Yeah.
Freaks remake. Yeah. Right. Yeah. In today's climate. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. You're right.
What is it? James
Wan. Malignant.
Oh, Malignant.
I recommended this one to you.
To me, and it was a head trip, man.
I still remember you messaging me right after you finished watching it, and you had the same exact reaction. I think everybody had, but especially me. It was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
I had to take a while to digest what was happening. Like,
but you couldn't stop.
No, it was crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Talking about crazy, we're down to our last movie here. 2020s. I know the way it ended. You're going to say, oh, we can't have a sequel, but we could have a prequel. I mean, we could have a sequel, but a prequel would make more sense.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anytime Justin Long's in a movie, you know it's going to be fucked up.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go sideways, especially for him. Oh, yeah.
The great Bill Skarsgård, of course, and Georgina Campbell.
Yeah. Oh, man, so good.
Yeah.
So disturbing.
Yeah. We did get an announcement moving into our news now. We did get an announcement that we are going to be getting a Black Phone sequel, and that's kind of what sparked this topic for me. So we do know that is coming in 2024, 2025, I believe.
Ooh.
But yeah, first we got to pay some bills before we move on to the news. Did they got you on tape? Did you sign a confession? Are there multiple witnesses? None of that matters for Lobster Shark. Give them a call. They have attorneys waiting to take your call. No case is too small. you definitely want to call Lobster Shark.
Lobster Shark, attorney at law. Lobster Shark, attorney at law.
I swear, one of these days I will get you people that number. I keep forgetting.
It sounded like you were like mix mastering that for a second. It's like Clo.
Yeah.
And you know it's legit with a solid promo like that, right? With the
Right. We spare no expense here at 2 seconds. Before we hit the news, I'm going to bring everybody down a little bit. It's been a long time. Today would have been, I know he wasn't going to live this long, but today would have been Boris Karloff's 135th birthday. Of course, we lost him February 2nd, 1969. Just a legend.
Wow. That's crazy. And a voice too, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Like when he narrated The Grinch, everything, like, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our on this day in horror history. Moving on to the news, as we got about 10 minutes or so left. Horror news. Every week it's in the news, man. Pooh, Blood and Honey. And I don't have, are you kidding me? I don't have the picture. How do I not have the picture? All right. I'm sorry. Steve's going to have to do some tap dancing here, because the whole point of the story was I had the picture.
Oh, man.
And I know I
Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Oh, here it is. Yeah. So they have now spent more on revamping the look of Winnie the Pooh than they did on almost entirely on the first movie.
Oh, my God.
You can definitely see the difference.
Oh, jeez. That is crazy.
Yeah. $30,000.
What?
Revamping the new Pooh look. So,
yeah. Wow. He looks quite feral in that one.
He does. Yeah. That's Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I will never not laugh at that.
We got our first sneak peek leak of we had a few set photos, but we got our first look now at Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for this.
Damn, that's going to be awesome.
If you're a Walking Dead fan, if you fell off, if you didn't, you can't help but wonder what happened to Rick. You must have some kind of curiosity. And wait no longer. We now have a release date coming to AMC, The Ones Who Live, February 25th. The return of Rick and Michonne.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah,
Rick's coming back.
I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes to button up that whole story and tell us what happened to Rick and Michonne.
So he realized I don't have an acting career outside of The Walking Dead that I thought I did. I'm coming back.
Yeah. No one's calling to make a sequel of that stupid Christmas movie you're in.
Exactly. What an ass.
If you were lucky enough to see it in theaters, I envy you. But now you can find it on YouTube. We did get a full 2-minute teaser of Terrifier 3 is going to be a Christmas movie, and we got our first look at Art. Articlaus.
Good Lord.
And the end. I don't want to say the end of that teaser, but the end is just, oh my God. It's so fucking good.
It is.
Yeah. Definitely go watch it as soon as the show is over. Another movie that you could say, and I was going to put it on the list, but because it was in the news, I decided to just wait and talk about it here. A movie that could be remade and is going to be remade. And are they going to call it Peele Under the Stairs?
Oh, no.
Because Jordan Peele is going to be remaking The People Under the Stairs.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you'd gasp at that.
Well, that's it, folks. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. No way. Jordan Peele's going to remake that.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up, man.
He's gonna. He fucks up everything. Like, oh.
Yeah, we know we're getting a Black Phone sequel. We know we're getting a Smile sequel, and now we're getting People Under the Stairs.
Everything was cool up till now. And then
sorry. I'll shoot the messenger. And I couldn't resist that joke. Peel under the stairs. It's missing one letter, 2 letters. Very good joke. We also got our first look at Nosferatu.
Ooh.
A little teaser here. This movie is just taking forever to come out.
They got to bring it now too, because it has taken a while.
They do. They definitely do. It's got already big shoes to fill, and the lead up has been a long time coming. So, that's and we know now that we're going to be getting a 7th season of the hit Netflix series Black Mirror. Are you a fan?
Yeah. It talk about head trip as well, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, with a lot of these shows that are like this, episodes are going to be hit and miss because there's no continuing, storyline. But did you watch? I think was it episode 1 from the latest season? Jane is Awful, or whatever her name is.
I have not seen the new season.
Okay, so when this season debuted, when you go watch the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. People were like, "Oh shit, I'm canceling my Netflix," because they totally played into how us as humans, we don't read these mile-long user agreements that we sign into.
Yeah,
and it was a pretty cool episode.
Really,
definitely the best episode of the season for sure.
Oh shit! Okay,
one of the best episodes of the series. And it stars, I can't remember the girl's name, but she played the daughter in Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because it's all shot in Toronto and everything.
Yeah, and Selma Hayek is in it as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to see this.
Yeah, so that's our news, everybody. We thank you for joining us. As you do every week, we love talking horror with everybody. We will be coming at you again in 2 weeks. Not sure about the topic yet. We are continually always working on guests. I know we we're like Courtney Gaines again, and then
Taylor Maine,
and we bring it 2 weeks in a row, and then you tune in and all you get is us. We're sorry. But we are continually working on getting guests. So we hope you guys.
Cheers,
Steve. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a movie. I remember hearing you talk about it. And then, I don't know, it just kind of went to the wayside. And then I remember hearing about it again. And I was like, oh, like Bradley Cooper's in it. Okay, so that's clearly not a horror movie. So I'm not watching that. Not that I hate on Bradley Cooper, because I don't mind some of his movies. Excuse me. But I finally did watch it, and holy shit.
It's good, eh?
It was a good fucking movie.
It was crazy.
It was. It really was. Yeah. Highly enjoyed that one for sure.
Nice.
For everybody here at Two Severed Heads, we thank you for joining us. For Steve McGinnis, horror artist extraordinaire, for our buddy, that guy, and for myself, the Metal Mennonite. This has been another episode of Two Severed Heads, and we'll see you again soon. Peace, everybody.